The old man stared out the windshield, down the valley to the towering canyon walls on the far side, and beyond to the tablelands and mesas and cliffs that had been his home for a lifetime. As a younger man, he used to hike, backpack, and canyoneer throughout the Southwest. He was fond of trekking narrow gorges, places where sunlight seldom entered. Places like Buckskin Gulch, where there were many hidden treasures, obscured from even the most intrepid of hikers. He gazed in the direction of Salome Canyon. You see, the old man was especially fond of this place. Rushing waters had carved an incredible chasm through pink granite, which glowed orange in the filtered desert light. There were places where he and his friends slid down slick rock chutes into emerald pools. Other sections required long swims, where he would float on his back and gaze at the canyon walls and the sky. Near the end of the trek, they would rappel into a deep pool beneath a shimmering waterfall. No matter how many times he journeyed there, the experience was sublime. At Sundance Canyon, he remembered an incredible rappel down a 180-foot drop. Standing at the brink, he slowly backed down the precipice. Beneath him was a sheer plunge to the amphitheater below. The view from up there was just amazing. To get to this point, he and his friends scrambled down narrow hallways and jumped into ice-cold pools. The water here remained quite cold year-round because the sun almost never penetrated to the bottom of the canyon. Not too far from Sundance, Wet Beaver Creek was paradise found. What made this stream particularly appealing was that it's a backcountry swimmer's dream. Many plunge pools, 25 to 75 yards across, must be negotiated. Red Supai sandstone rock formations comprised the rim of the canyon. He and his friends reached the famous Crack, an amazing swimming hole. Continuing upstream, the rugged character of this place revealed itself. At one huge pool, they admired a balanced rock towering above the creek. They explored a prehistoric Indian ruin nearby, the ancestral land of the Sonawa people. The Sonawa were hunters and gatherers. They utilized extensive irrigation systems and were the first to trek and swim the length of Wet Beaver Creek. One time, he and his companions hiked two incredible canyons in Zion National Park, the Subway and the Narrows. These places were staggering, narrow canyons cut from Navajo sandstone. Because the sandstone is porous, many springs burst forth from the rock. The Subway's contours and shapes resembled its famous namesake from a far-off eastern city, while the Narrows is considered one of the greatest hikes in the world. But the old man's favorite place of all were the canyons of the Green River in Utah. This locale, as well as the adjoining canyon country, spoke to him. He was awed by the soaring red rock formations, intriguing side canyons, old pioneer ruins, Anasazi cliff dwellings, rock striations, and crystalline air. He remembered that two great rivers, the Green and the Colorado, joined downstream in the heart of Canyonlands National Park. They hiked a few of the many side canyons. At one place, he and his friends climbed to the rim of the ravine. views of windows, arches, and the geologic layer cake of the Colorado Plateau were unforgettable. It was in this, the most hallowed of ground, he realized that because time on earth is fleeting, one must live the best life that he can.
Push it again. Let's say greater than 150? Yeah. Okay, now push the other button. Push it down. No, hold it down.